Well, it's almost to 2018.
You must remember this, a kiss is still a kiss.
With tomorrow being New Year's, as I walk through Riverfront, Montgomery, Alabama, I'm reminded of another holiday. 65 years ago tomorrow, Hank Williams, most famous person to come out of Montgomery, Alabama, passed away at the age of 29 years old. Hank died on January the 1st, 1953. This memorial to Hank at Riverfront Park was installed and dedicated to Hank Williams in 1991 by his son, Hank Williams Jr. He died in his car in rural West Virginia. And that car is inside of this building right here behind me, the Hank Williams Museum here in Montgomery. The Hank Williams Museum does not allow filming inside, so I can't go in and film the car, but his death car is inside of this building. Hank left his mark all over the city of Montgomery. Let's take a look at some more notable places. His boyhood home was in Georgiana, Alabama. This is Hank Williams' boyhood home. He lived here between the ages of 7 and 11 and learned how to play the guitar right here on this porch. Hank Williams' very first guitar was given to him in this house. His mother bought a second-hand guitar for $3.50. There is tons of memorabilia here in this museum, so if you ever get near Georgiana, Alabama, I recommend you stop in and see it. In 1937, Hank and his mom, Lillian, moved to the capital city of Alabama, Montgomery, and opened a boarding house, which was located right here. Hank sold peanuts and shined shoes to help make some income, and then he was given an opportunity to do a 15-minute segment on WSFA radio, which completely opened his music career. I'm standing on Montgomery Street, which is part of the campus of Troy State University in Montgomery. Right here behind me, the Rosa Parks Library and Museum. But this wasn't always here, and there was a theater here called the Empire Theater. And Hank Williams entered into a talent show where the prize was $15 and won it, and won the prize money. The theater was closed, demolished, and the Rosa Parks Museum built in its place. There is an old photo where you can see this building right here in the background. Something else that people really don't know about the Empire Theater, which would have been located right behind me, right out front of the Empire Theater, is where Rosa Parks got on the bus and then was forced to move to the back of the bus. That's why they made the new building to take its place, the Rosa Parks Museum. This is Chris's Hot Dogs. Something that a lot of people don't know is while Hank was alive, Hank had his very own table in Chris's Hot Dogs where he would come eat all the time. But it wasn't just Hank Williams that ate at Chris's. There's been a lot of notable people that have eaten here. that says Chris has served millions of customers during his first 10 decades, ranging from local regulars and Alabama governors to 4 American presidents. President Roosevelt, Harry Truman, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush ate at Chris's while visiting. Other customers were George Wallace, Martin Luther King Jr., country singer Hank Williams was a regular. Elvis Presley ordered Chris's hot dogs before a Garrett Coliseum concert. It says that Elvis ordered hot dogs before a concert at Garrett Coliseum. He wasn't the only one. I am at Garrett Coliseum now. Garrett Coliseum, its very first performance was Hank. And it was actually before the completion of the building. Hank was the very first performer here. He performed with the Carter Sisters. You've seen me quite a few times here because I work here for the Coliseum, all the shows. In fact, we have a show coming up next week. And the final stop on Hank's tour ended here at Oakwood Cemetery. And that brings us to his final resting place. On January 1st, 1953, Hank Williams left from Montgomery and was on his way to a concert in Ohio. He was driving through Oak Hill, West Virginia when he died. Hank Williams battled chronic back pain his whole life and alcoholism. It all came to a head. He had been taking prescription medication for his back, non-stop drinking, and it caused him to have a heart attack. Every year, on the anniversary of his death, they have a ceremony and lay wreaths on his grave. Somebody's already been here and laid flowers on it. Hank is laid next to rest to his wife Audrey. When Hank married Audrey in Andalusia, Alabama, he was married by one of our family members. Here's a Hank and Audrey mural on the side of this wall, and that is because this used to be a service station, and this is where Hank and Audrey were married at. They were married by M.A. Boyette, who is some of my kinfolk. Later, in September of 1953, after he passed, Montgomery held pretty much 2 days to honor Hank Williams inside Crampton Bowl. 8,500 people, 8,500 people showed up in celebration of Hank Williams. It does not matter what musical genre you listen to, even if you don't listen to country music, unless you're very, very young, you know who Hank Williams is. So it's needless to say, Hank Williams left his mark on the city of Montgomery and on the entire world through country music. This is the last stop on my Hank Williams tour today. I'm gonna head home now and get ready for New Year's. It's almost midnight. It's almost 2018. Happy New Year! Well, that does it for 2017. I'm gonna end this video there. We'll pick up again in the morning for New Year's Day. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you later today.
You must remember this, a kiss is still a kiss.